All right. Hey guys, Afterburn here. Um, this video coming up is the remaining pieces of the stuff I filmed for the Enterprise D build before things went a little crazy for me, personal, in my own personal life. Um, and then with work and everything that went sideways at that point, um, I realized I couldn't get it done in, or couldn't get anything filmed really in a way that was beneficial to us all. And then when Eagle Moss went under, I figured, oh crap, I don't want to be sitting on these parts for months and months and want them to be in a year or so. So I just went ahead and built right up until where I had gotten the last bits of parts. So the video that's going to follow this is what I did that I actually filmed and I haven't posted. But then after that, I will show you where I've gotten to, and then the video following this in the series will pick back up from issue 13, 12, 13, wherever I was. So that is what that is. This is just an interlude to um, restart the build. I want to restart the build. I've done all the prep work that I've wanted to do, so we'll get going on that soon. Um, pardon all the mess behind me and shit like that. But yeah. So hope you like it, and we will continue on. See you later. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be starting stage 6. Stage 6 comprises of stages 19 to 22. A lot of little windows, a lot of little parts, because most of this is fitting around the superstructure. Anywho, this is the bag, very long bag for stage 19. I'm going to get all these out and we'll continue. So there are a ton of pieces. Number of different screws. You know what? I'm going to bring something over. My helping hands. Got a little helping hand device. Rotate. It's not going to be a great
thing, but it'll work. Step 1 has us cutting off more of the escape hatches, and they're going to be set into that row right there. Just like that. So I'll do the 8 and I'll get back to you. And after all that, all 8 escape pods are in. Now I'm going to bring up the magazine again, because the next thing it wants us to do is attach clear and black windows in this particular pattern, so I will be back after I do that. Okay, now that I have all the standard sized windows in place, you'll see the empty strip right there. That'll be coming in soon. But what they want us to do now is to take this sticker and where these 4 black windows are up top, there. It's obviously not a perfect fit, but it's meant to hold down those 4 windows. And then we're going to take the long ones here, and we're going to fill out that front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So each of these black and clear sprues have 6. We're using 5 of each. Oh, the black one has 5. The black one has 6. The clear one has 5. So. I'll do all the clear ones first. Or else try to work the pattern. If you're hearing a rumbling, that's my father's wine fridge behind me. It's very loud and annoying. So from right to left, it'll go clear, clear, black, black, clear, black, clear, clear, black, black. So clear, 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 black, black. Then, not that one. Clear. Then clear there. clear there. That empties off another sprue. Black there. Black. And a black to fill them all out. So next we're going to take the reflector and one of our wires. We have 4 of the same kind. I'm just going to straighten them out and then split them down the middle. There. And there. So now we'll have, let me move this out of the way. We'll have 2 bulbs like that in the center, but they won't hold right now, so I'm going to take two of the BP screws. Because right now I'm going to need to take the panel out of my helping hands. Oh boy, that did not help. Then I'm going to I'm going to gently place this down. And darn it. This is going to take a bit. So now they're all hooked into place and very gentle. I've got 3 wires in, only half those on the outer side just because the angled bits aren't secured yet. But all the windows are secured in. I'm going to put all of my extra windows and escape pods off to the side. Put that off to the side. Move this over, get rid of these because I need to bring in the big boy. That's going to be a pain. Bear with me a moment. Oh, geez. So this is actually going to go front and center. Right there. And I need to have the camera out of the way in order to do this, so when I get it fed through, I'll show you. And secure it, obviously. Okay, so after all that, 2 DP screws hold the whole thing down. We put the loose ends in the tops of that section, and we banded all the cables together with another one of those black stickers. So that's how it's going to look there. Now, it wants me to go get pieces from previous rounds, so I'm going to have to close this off again and figure out which ones I actually need. Be right back. So that took a lot longer than I expected it to, because things just don't like to hook together. But that's how it's looking like from the front. That's what it's looking like from the back now. And I will actually test some lights, so hang on. So that is all that together. I'm not worried too much about the light bleed. Doesn't look too bad from my perspective, but that's that. That's where we are. I'm gonna do one more piece. Let me undo the lights and I'll show you. When you're taking plugs out of the test board, wiggle left to right to get them, or else you may bend pins. Because once that's all out, it's all dark, it's all good. That, and we also know the rest of the wires all work. I've tested them previously. I'm actually going to stick these at the front so nothing gets pinched. Next thing it says to do is to place the dorsal phaser array in that metal section that we just put in. And we're actually going to secure it with DP screws from the underside. You'll see 1, 2, 3 holes, 3 posts. It fits nice and snug. I don't want to scratch anything, I don't want to break anything, but you can see right here There's the one. Set that down. I'll stick my hand underneath it so it actually bites. Now this is plastic, you don't need to go ridiculously over tight with the phaser array because it'll strip the threads that are inside that plastic bit. Tight enough to feel resistance on the screwdriver. Boom. There is the phaser array in place. We can actually set our saucer to the side, because the last thing we're going to do, we're going to bring in that bit of framework and this bit of framework. And we are actually going to marry the two of them together, like that, with 10 BM screws. It's a ton of screws. And if it ends in an M, quick little dab in oil is your friend. And if you're wondering what oil I'm using, it's just this. It's a 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil. You don't need too much. A little actually does go a long way. So I'll be back when I get all the screws in. And just like that, 10 screws later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There. That's all set. This is now double secured. That's the end of stage 19, and we'll move on to stage 20. Okay, and we're moving on to stage 20. Get all the pieces out. That's undone. Move things around. Stage 20 is having us build another panel and put the wires in. We're going to attach that and this panel to the decks, and that'll be that. We also get a new battery box, but that does does not get used in this stage, so this can go off to the side. So I'm going to bring up my helping hands to get this fully loaded, and here we go. Okay, and after all that's done, we got the 2 escape pods, and then we got windows all over the place. Now that I have it together, I'm going to move my little helping hands out the way. Going to set it down as gently as possible. Because we're going to take a strand of bulbs, we're going to insert the red lead there, and the sorry about that. So as I said, we put the reflector on with 2 bulbs from 1 lead on this right hand side. We're also going to take the other strand of bulbs like so. I'll split them further down. We're only going to take the black and red lead and plug it into this side over here. And the whole thing, as I've already put one in, but it's all going to be held in together with BP screws. It's not super secure, but it will be. Just like that. There it is. All complete. And all in like that. The next thing it wants us to do is test this bad boy. So we'll plug the double in slot D, and the single boy over in slot B. So we get that right there. And obviously we have an extra lit bulb. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We can take the test board and move that off to the side. Next, it wants us to attach it to the deck, and this is where it takes a bit, so I'm actually going to go off camera and do this, just so I'm not going crazy. Be back in a second. After a bit of pinching in the seam, it's all in. That's that. The next section has us taking this bit here, and we're actually going to put it right there where those two are. Now, it wants me to bend. At least get some more slack on it. I'm going to get some more slack on these. Because it wants us to feed it from the underside. Basically right there. I'm going to have to turn the camera off again to figure this out. Bear with me. And with that looking like that, and that there, that's everything for stage 20. So next we're going to jump right in to stage 21. And in stage 21 we're going to fix the battery box that we got in the last stage to our Cobra Neck section, create another phaser bank section, and that'll be mounted right below that panel we just put in. So let's get everything out and we'll begin. And this time I'm not going to put you aside. Because then I'll be cutting and editing backwards, forwards, and sideways. Stage 21 and the battery box from before. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm probably scratching up my table, but honestly, at this point, I don't care enough to worry. At least too badly. Now this is a very heavy bit of decking. As you can tell, it's very heavy. So I'll organize myself and we'll get started. So we're taking over. Let me readjust. We're taking over our neck section like that, and facing this way we'll be attaching it to these 2 points here with 2 type BM screws. I will put a dab of oil. Get that one started, just so I don't warp the plastic. And then we'll get this one in as well. Tight so it won't turn. And that's in. The next step has us inserting a little nut right there. Sealing the whole thing with the cover, and 2 type BP screws. And what this cover does with the nut is it allows us to have batteries installed and then have a cover plate on it so that it can actually hold itself together. And that's actually it for that. I don't have the cover, I don't have batteries, so that'll be as it is. And next we're going to actually take the bit of decking that we're going to be working on. I've already put the phasor array in there. And we're going to use type CP screws. To hold it into place. The 3 large holes right here. It's 1. 2. And 3. And that's how that is. Next, it's asking me to take the adhesive backing off the transporter emitter. Which is this yellow bit. And it's just going to fit in right there. Nice and flush. We're going to turn this back over. I'm going to use my instructions as a mat for this so I don't scratch this up, because it's very nice work, metal work and Aztecing, and I don't want to get it scratched up. So, figured the book's the best way to do it. We're now going to attach 5 escape pods, 3 black windows, 1 here, 2 there, and 2 clear windows. I'm going to use a couple of the escape pods I had from stage 19, because I still have them. The ones for stage 20 were given to us in a little baggie, because there was only 2 for that entire section. They usually give us a sprue like that, but I just finished up the sprue that I already had. And when you insert them, you want that little red bit facing down. There's 4. And 2 left over for whatever next bit of decking has any escape pods on it. There's the 5. Now I have plenty, and I mean plenty of window sprues for this. But since it's only a very small section of windows, they've provided us with 2 small sprues. I'm going to go ahead and use these because they look a little different, so it must be a different set of windows. It may or may not be, I'm just working at it in the best way I know how. What's time consuming is clipping these things off. And making sure they fit flush. It says to use tweezers, but I feel like I'm dexterous enough to do it on my own. Which I am. There's 3 black windows and now 2 clear ones. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. And 2. Now, it doesn't come with its own reflector. It's using reflectors from previous attachments. So I'm going to go ahead and get this hooked up off camera, and then I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so I got it all locked down, 6 BM screws. I also took the yellow and white cable from stage 19 with this panel, and this wire from I think it was 19 as well here. That's plugged into there where they should be. And then the next thing I'm going to do... Wait. What? Okay, so I guess I wasn't supposed to plug this light from this side in. They want me to take a brand new light and plug all that in. Yes, I've dropped it. Here it is. I'm going to actually need the book now, so... What does it want? Take a new deck panel light 21i and thread it between the saucer and the skeleton and deck panel U206. Okay, so it just wants me to thread this light through. In fact, I will turn it over the way they have it. I will split this as much as I can, and then I'll plug the black and yellow lead in there, and I'll go ahead and re-secure all these panels. Let's actually zoom that out. You want these as tight as you can possibly make them. If they're skipping, that means they're as tight as you can go. Then it wants you to take the second bulb from that list, from that section, and thread it like that off the side. Next, I'm just going to take 4 EM screws. These look really tall. I'll work with it and see what's going on here. Now we're just going to secure the reflector to the panel. Oh, that one's too wide. And with the EM screws in place and securely fastened, those LEDs cannot come out of their slots either. I don't know why I'm shaking so much, but there. There we go. And now this section is totally connected. It says it wants us to test it once more, but we already know that all these work, so and the last one. And all those are lit up beautifully. That one fell out, I can fix that. But that's that, and that is the end of stage 21. I'll come back for 22. Okay, and in stage 22, we're going to be creating yet another panel and installing it onto our saucer, and then we're going to be working on the next section. So we'll do that right now. Get my helping hands up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off all these escape pod hatches. As it wants to be a pain in the buttocks. There we go. Not a great look, but it's the best look I've got. I will say that this is the most time-consuming section or thing to do in the whole build, is cutting all the windows and escape pods off the sprues to get them fitted in. And there we go. 5 escape pod hatches in. Now, we're going to do the windows. And that's how they say to do them for screen accuracy, but you can arrange them in any way you want. I'm going to do it obviously just like that. So I'll come back when that is done. Alright, and now as you can see, I have all the windows in. I'm setting that off to the side because the next step has us working on the reflector. So, oh, there that went. Oh, lost a window earlier. Found it. So it wants us to take the reflector here and both sets of lights like this. I'm going to stretch and straighten. You want to stretch and straighten as much as you can just so it doesn't look all funky. There we go. Split them down as much as you want. Number 1 gets placed there. Same thing on the other side. And 1 gets placed there. Now it wants us to take This is not a very good or easy setup, so I'm working as best as I can. Fix the plate because it wants us to place the plate with the lights on top. Like so. And if it comes out, just stick it right back in. But that's confusing. Oh, okay. They might have overproduced this particular reflector bit. So There's an extra screw hole here that's not used. Anyways, two type BP screws. Holds the whole thing together. Just like that. And before I even go and put this on, I'm going to do something that I've been doing with all the plates. And that is, I'm going to change up the front of the escape hatches. I'm going to zoom all the way in. Get a good look on it. Okay. This is from a man called Mike Lane. Mike Lane Mods. These are the lifeboat hatch transfers. He makes both rub-on and vinyl sticker kind, and I went with the vinyl because he is in the UK and the rub-ons are ridiculously expensive, so I just went with something that was easy, and it drastically improves the look of the lifeboats. I got the idea for this upgrade from the World of Wayne. He's using the rub-on transfers because I guess he can afford 110 pounds for it, but this is working just fine. Now I'm using tweezers to apply these because I don't want the oils from my fingers to destroy the adherence of the sticker in and of itself. So I figured that was the easiest thing to do. I'm going to move things out of the way because this is going to get crazy. This panel is now going to be attached there in this frame. So I'm going to do that off camera and we will get back to this. Now I have it all hooked up, the lights work fine. The only thing I don't understand is why I have such a weird gap there. I'm sure it'll lock itself down eventually, but it is what it is. And now I can set this off to the side because we're going to work on the Cobra neck. So let me set this down. It's getting heavy. Okay. Okay. The next thing it wants us to do is it wants us to bring in the top of the battle section. And I can just remove that. That's completely unnecessary at this point. That was just a place to store it. And what it's asking us to do right now is we're taking the docking latches, which are 4 different things. Does it fit that way? Or is it supposed to go there? I can't really tell. They don't really explain. It looks like you're supposed to have them face. Okay. From this image, it looks like they're supposed to go in there. Third there. And the 4th there. And then we take the head and nope, those are immediately wrong. This one goes here. This one goes there. Because there are these frames here. That fit like that. And it's held in with 6 BM screws. Grab a handful. Would you look at that? I got 6. One there. Nope. Maybe. Okay. So I've got one here. I got one going in over here. And you can see where the docking clamps are being held here and there. Next ones go here. And right here. And the last two go at the top here. That was actually scary, but now all the docking clamps are in. You can see them. Right there. They just hide. Because the next part that's going to go in is the control board, which is fun time now. And this is very fragile, so you want to be ridiculously careful with it so as to not, like, destroy it. And it's going to be placed right there. It'll be held at the two furthest away points by FM screws. Which are stubby and fat. And then at the two nearest points, with BM screws. Again, you want them tight so they don't move, but not so tight that you're going to break the board. Boom. The next thing it wants us to do, I'm trying to figure out how this works. It wants us to plug this one in here. That's its final resting spot. And then it wants me to turn this around. Take all of this and feed it through these two. Take all this black, the red and black wires here with the label, with the things on them, and feed them through like this. Right? No, not there. Not there. It wants me to thread them through here, the one below it and inside. So there and there. And then it wants me to feed them back through that triangle. Okay. Right. No, wrong one. Again. I messed up. So. That's on me. Oh no, that one's right. It was the other one I messed up. Okay. And then there's this light, but that's how they want that to go. And now I gotta go get the actual neck section. Because we're going to be attaching this to now what does it want me to do? It wants me to turn the neck over. So I'm going to attempt to keep this in frame. Okay. Like this. It wants me to feed these two wires through there. These wires stay off here. And it wants me to feed these two through there. The impulse engine, and these three next to the rear window light 2, impulse engine light, okay, this is very confusing because there's so many friggin' wires here. This one goes that way. This one goes that way. It then wants me to take these two, thread them through here, last one gets threaded through the bottom. Okay, something's gotta change. Hang on. I get threading these through here. And then this whole thing gets... Oh, because they're all there. Okay. So instead of doing that, I'll do this, thread them through opposite. That'll make it look nicer. Probably make it look a lot cleaner too. No. Because that actually fits. I'm going to attempt this on my own. And that is... It's all connected down now. We've got those two LEDs sticking off to the side. I have plugged everything in just as how they have just shown it here. The impulse engine gets plugged in there, which is there. Then it shows the black and green wire coming off there. Black, yellow, and red. Black, yellow, red, black, yellow, blue, red. So it just plugs that in order like that. I might grab like a zip tie or something to get that all tidy. Actually, I still have one of these left over, so I'll use that to keep them all together. There we go. It's all going to get, held down with the other pieces, so I don't have to worry about it. That doesn't look right. Nope, doesn't look right at all. It's because it's wrong. It's very, very wrong. These are supposed to actually be popped out the back, but they're pinched, so I'm gonna take a second to fix that. Because you really don't want to be pinching wires. There we go. Let's do that to the other side. Get it a little loose. There we go. Now it should be a lot more flush. Maybe that's just how that goes, it just doesn't look right. That much space. Doesn't really look great. But then again, when this is done, when am I ever taking it apart for battle bridge sections? Anyways, now what it wants us to do is it actually wants us to take apart our test box, which is totally fine. And I'm just going to use these so we get the batteries in. And we just attach that like so. Come back to the underside. No. Sorry, it's completely off camera. So we're coming back to the board, and we're just gonna plug the switch in. And you'll see that that is fully lit up, including the impulse engine. These are flashing because those are the directional lights. But other than that, that looks good. I like how it looks. Just reset the switch. Switch is right there. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we can just take our battle bridge, snap it right on. Hides the battery compartment. And that is all for step 6. I'm going to have to rewatch Wayne's 6 so I can see if that's correct. But anyways, that's the end of that, and stay tuned for stage 7.